Sam, what man wanted to talk to you about is radio, bro, and like broadcasting.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not sure. Like in the last, maybe I think it's like 3-4 months. There's been like a lot of like well-known radio DJs and radio presenters or hosts, whatever you want to call them, that have left their posts and left certain stations and whatnot to either fly solo or do television or whatnot. And I was starting to think like, right, something happening like within the radio industry, you get me? Not even just over the UK, like in the US as well. A couple like people have left like big stations, and I was like, right, what's going on in that? That's why I wanted to have you in on that, just to shed some light on that. And obviously with the like advancement of technology as well, and how obviously there was a time where, you know, people would be riding in their cars to the radio. People still do that, but there was a time where you'd go to the radio to get your hit or your fix of new music. You know what I'm saying? And obviously with like the technology advancement that we've had, people are streaming more now. People are on YouTube, and people are getting it straight to their phone, the latest stuff. You get what I'm saying? They have access, which we didn't have before, which is why the radio was so important in the culture. Like even the pirate stations, and my thing was Choice FM, innit? Okay. Man was on Choice FM way back when.
Oh yeah. Sick.
Yeah. No, I wasn't on there, but I was a heavy listener of Choice. Cool. You get what I'm saying? And that's where man went to like get the new fix, like what's new, what's the latest, you get what I'm saying? And that's where man went. So just speak on the fact that or can you shed some light on like what's going on in the scene, if there is anything going on, or why are people like choosing to fly solo and do their own thing?
I mean, I can't speak for anyone else that's ever left their post because I'm not them. I would say probably with how from the outside looking in and how things are shaping up, there's probably a big change coming on. Maybe people are starting to realize that they have a lot more power than they did before, or maybe they're just starting to realize that maybe they don't feel like they need big companies or big corporations to do the thing that they want to do, and do the thing that they want to do and love and do it their way. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it's a bold step. It's a bold investment. Not everyone has the courage to do that. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like time will tell, because obviously they're going to have to release things and really make new announcements and stuff. But in terms of the good things that do come on the side of things, that we have seen DJs leave and gone into bigger platforms, different platforms, because new opportunities have arrived.
Of course.
And it's as everything that happens. You're changing, you're opening up new opportunities, because obviously there's new talent. There's newer talent that's coming through that need their time and their slot. And if you've been at a platform or an organization for X amount of years, and you know what, you feel like you've given a good amount, let's go into the next station, let's go into the next one.
Fill into your step.
Just move on.
Man don't think of it like that. Man always thinks the person's left, what's happening next? But like you said, the next young DJ has to fly in the door, and they got to seize their opportunity.
How are you gonna? Because the generations are growing, innit? Generations are growing. New people are being born. Do you know what I mean? So you have to fit with the mold, and that's with any organization, to be honest. So that's the good thing, that obviously talent are getting the opportunities that they deserve. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, that is probably what you're looking at and what you're seeing right now, and the changes are great. Do you know what I mean? I'm hoping to get one myself soon. Do you know what I mean? And because that's what you kind of want to see that happen. You want to see that these opportunities, that these corporations that we love, that we want to be on, and these dreams and these platforms are being fulfilled, because you want to be associated with said platform, because you've either tuned into them, or you've listened to them, or you've been quote unquote associated with that presenter that's on the station. You like the way they sound, and you've studied and you've worked hard, and you now are on a platform where you can grow, and now it's your turn to jump onto that platform. Do you know what I mean? That's just happened, and I think that's a great thing. And what was the other point that you made as well?
No, because I was saying like the narrative like that's been pushed in like the last, I'd say 3-4 years is like entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And obviously with like YouTube and stuff, people are doing, even though people are attached to these organizations or whatnot, they're doing their own thing on the side. So they got their little YouTube set up, or they're making music or whatever they're doing on the side. Ownership. They're doing that, and they're
like Charlie stuff with firing the beat.
You get what I'm saying? So man got like 1 foot in the door and then like 1 foot out of the door, but because they're still keeping that entrepreneurship spirit about them. So I'm thinking like, is the future, yeah, that a lot more people are gonna be flying solo or are gonna say, you know what, bun you, man don't need the system anymore. Like, man could just do it myself. Man can set up our own podcast, or man can set up our own radio station, or man can set up, you get what I'm saying? Like, is that the future of radio?
What you're saying is,
I wouldn't necessarily say that is the future of radio. I think radio is always going to be around.
Yeah.
There's always going to be new talent, because if you're really about this presenting life, this radio life, this TV life, you would look at other people like Reggie Yates, AJ Odudu, these people that's come through, like, do you know what I mean? The Charlie Sloths, DJ Ace, Trevor Nelsons, and they've all come through, you know what I mean? They've all come through, quote unquote, the system.
Yeah.
And at some point, it
was a different time, though.
Yeah, it was a different time, but you still want to have that kind of, in that position to be like, I too have been there. It's like a graduation kind of thing. It's like going to a school, like, do you know what I mean? It's like going to that finery and like, I've made it through the system. I've gone through that where I'm now eligible to be amongst you lot, the elites. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I think maybe radio is where you might learn a couple things as well.
Of course.
My thing was it wasn't my thing, but man's dad had my listen to Vibes FM.
Vibes
FM. 92.
Vibes is still going on, man.
What?
Yeah, and lightning.
I'm about to tune into that one on the way home still. But right now, I'll just deep from what you're saying. You see, like, if my phone dies or something, man just drives home in silence.
Yeah, bro.
I don't even think about the radio, you know?
It's crazy.
Think about it. Not even though I don't want to listen to the radio thing. Just it come into my head, fam.
Yeah.
So, man, just on a streaming thing. And it's just like, going forward, do you think radio needs to change anything? Or do you think the formula, because the formulas work for so long, just keep it the same? And it, like, because things happen in cycle.
One thing, you can never keep something the same. Never. Yeah. It's again, with the advancement of technology, you have to go with the times. You have to kind
of go with it.
And I feel like you just have to come up with new initiatives where you keep and attract the younger audience, audience alike now, where it's almost like when you have something big or whatever it is you're trying to promote, or just find newer ways to be creative where you can attract that audience.
Apparently the numbers are still heavy on radio.
Of course it is. Because radio will always have that core audience, no matter what.
You know what I see radio doing as well now?
I'm just talking about our generation and the younger generation. I see the youngers, like, they're not, well, I can't speak for every younger in the ends, but a lot of them, I know they're streaming like the latest. You get what I'm saying?
I was going to say, you know what radio are doing now, which I've seen, they're kind of, I'm not saying they're working backwards because I've never been in radio before, but like they get someone who's kind of got a name to come to radio. So for example, DJ Tiny, he's Stormzy's DJ, and he was Stormzy's DJ before he did radio, and now he's on radio. Do you get what I mean? Whereas I guess maybe back before,
he can bring his audience.
Whereas I guess before the blueprint would have been you're on radio and then you become your own DJ. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I guess you bring your own audience that way, or like I know he just quit.
That still goes on. I feel like
Sideman,
it's having a balance now as well. Yeah, it's having that balance as well.
And then came to radio.
It's having a balance as well, man. I feel like obviously we're in a world now where you have to be multifaceted. You have to be able to do more than one thing. Do you know what I mean? To be able to survive in a way. Do you know what I mean? So you can't just be you can't just be one straight. You have to be able to cover as much as possible and do it well. And I feel like with the Tiny, obviously him being Stormzy's DJ, that's that recognition. But you know, he's a DJ first.
Yeah, he's cold.
Do you know what I mean? Sick DJ. Do you know what I mean? And bringing that, you can train people. You can understand what works with, because what works for Capital Extra might be different for what works for the BBC or whatever station that you're on. Do you know what I mean? And it's understanding that, okay, how did this person fit with what they're going on there? How can we make what he's doing over there, bring it over here and make it sync and make it work? And I feel like that again is you thinking ahead, being smart and being like, all right, cool, I want to bring that person here and let's see how we can bounce ideas off to make a show that you have on here great. And we can attract your audience. We can get on here because, like, again, radio will always still have that core audience. That's never gonna go away. And there's always gonna have that appeal where you want to hear that song. You want to, because people still look into Represent. People still look into whatever platform that you're on, because it's that the voice of the young. You want to know that these people are listening, and that's a beauty that's never gonna die down. But I feel like obviously again they do need to find ways of where you can be with the times, because everything is all online now. You know what I mean? Like all the content now, or everything you see on podcasts is all online. Obviously you can add them to the streaming platforms as well, but you want to see the visual aspect as well. Do you know what I mean? Normally you would just hear radio, listen to it, but now with the with the videos now, they want to see the videos as well. They want it to be packaged as a one thing. So you've had to add that to it as well. And you never know what might need to be added next year or year down the line. Maybe you might have to have a TikTok. Do you know what I mean? To have to
interactive and
do you know what I mean? And to sell it with the video and then sell it with that. It's all about just making sure that you're keeping up with the times and never being lost with everything else that's going on.
Would you think in radio then it's about finding new artists to also help yourself stay relevant, if that makes sense? Like in radio, is there, of course there's always a banger on the road. So for example, the Digger D Boy, we spoke about it already, so I'll use it. No, you know, it doesn't take you don't need to be a radio DJ to understand, bro, that's a banger, man's gonna play that. But do you have to have your ear tuned to the ground? Like, do you do some searching? Like thinking, my boy was on Infamous Zach. He had a track. That's his name.
I know of him.
Yeah, he's good still. He went to my school. He's cold artist. Still.
I think he's been on Represent already.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's been on Represent, and that's why I saw him on Represent.
Speaking about artists, let's stay on that, because there was a time, I remember, not very long ago as well. We're talking like in the last maybe 7-8 years, where like the labels were forcing artists like, yo, if you're gonna submit this tape or this album, you need to have a few radio tunes on there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And
that's
it's like
what
now
was tying in with.
It's like, man, are like, yo, man don't need them to play. I'm even talking about like US, like J. Cole, like, man, no radio tunes on the album, or quote unquote radio songs on the album, but it's going off on the radio.
You
get what I'm trying to say? And there was a time where like even J. Cole spoke in it one time. He was like, like he made Workout, and then a few of them tunes that could get spun
on
the radio. But like, even like we're at a point now where man are not even doing that anymore. Man are not really thinking, all right, I need to submit this tape, but we need to have a few tunes that could play over here or play over there. It's like, man are just creating, which is good. But then obviously it's still got that whole type of systematic thing where the radio used to control the kind of industry, and now the control is going back to the artist and the creatives, because
that's what
now
I was wondering, if in the radio they have their ear to the road, like, if that makes sense. Like, does man listen to someone or try to find someone who is not known to give them a spin, to then, like you said, tie into with that, because that's gonna help their career,
because it's changed now.
If you're the guy who's them.
Obviously you're definitely right with what you're saying. Things are definitely changing, but I think as a radio presenter, as a DJ, as a presenter, when you're on the radio, not only are you tasked with however many hours you're being tasked on the radio to deliver music and tell stories and obviously deliver it in a unique way and in a unique manner, you have to take care of the fact of what is your mission every time you go into that station. What are you here for? Why are you here? Because anyone can jump on the radio and tell stories. I mean, these are all news outlets that have been printed already. But why is your way of telling it unique? So you have to get that and figure out what kind of DJ you want to be, what kind of presenter do you want to be. And then as a presenter, you automatically have to be doing research. You have to be trying to find out who's hot out there, because once you've played songs that everyone hears on streaming platforms, what about artists that they could probably be on a streaming platform, but they don't have a bigger following, like a Drake or stuff like that. They don't have that massive following. Oh, Drake's dropped a song, everyone's listened to it. But if they dropped a song, it's only their core fan base, like probably like 500, 400 people, where if you get that to a DJ, that might expand to more. Do you know what I mean? Especially on a commercial radio station. Do you know what I mean? That will expand to way more people. And it's like, well, who's this person that's come through?
And that still happens.
That still happens. I do that. Various other DJs do that. Like, even, I don't even need to name a few. If you're really in that world, you know who they are. Do you know what I mean? But I do that personally. I take pride in doing that because I love finding a new artist.
I feel like good.
it definitely feels good, but they're so appreciative. Every artist that I've been able to play on whatever station I'm on, they're just so appreciative and they show love. And I feel like for me, that just goes to show, is a reminder that radio can never die. It never can die, because artists like that who are always looking for DJs to play their songs and also kind of have that nod, like, yo, you see you, just keep there. And I'm liking the 1-2 work that you're coming out with right now. Do you know what I mean? And slapping.
That's mad. That could actually make them make music. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
exactly.
But I was speaking to one of my boys. He kind of raps, he kind of does, he kind of doesn't, And I was like to him, bro, he's like, oh, if I put this out, what am I going to make next? And I'm like, bro, when, like you said at the start, when you do different things in life, you make different stories. Like you're saying that because right now, this is your world. So obviously you feel like you've written bars, let's say, I'm not an artist, but written bars about your quote unquote world. But if someone gives you that nod or someone tells you continue doing what you're doing, even though this is 1 or 2 songs, man might just have that kick to go, okay, man's on the radio, raw, man can spin a next lyric. You're just a bit more upbeat. You know what I'm gonna say? A bit more lively.
You don't want to let up. And I feel like, obviously, you should never wait till you get a radio record for you to feel like that. Anyway.
Yeah, you should always.
I feel like whenever, whatever venture you're doing, whether you're an entrepreneur, you want to get your own barbershop, whether you're a businessman, self-belief is the number one most important thing. Because when things are silent and times do go silent, it's you that's going to get you out of that position where I'm going to task myself to go to the studio today and make 3 tracks today. Yeah. Even though right now I'm probably not getting no radio spins, not that much streaming is listening to my thing, but I know that I'm good. I'm going to go do that. And then over time, that thing builds up. You've got, before you know it, you've got an EP, you've got a mixtape. Fair enough, maybe someone hasn't heard of it yet, but it's there. And then when you're now ready to just put out your stuff, because sometimes I always love the story where a manager or a friend knows another friend and they just be like, there's artists that hogs their music. Like, no, get out. Like, you don't know how sick you are. I love friends like that, that big up their friends because they're not lying to them. They're saying like, you're actually dope. When they get to
some man do lie though. Some man do lie.
Then they're not really your friend. They're not really your friend because no friend of mine who wants to be a rapper or a singer can come to me. And I feel like some of my friends probably don't even tell me because they probably feel like I might be a bit harsh.
You be telling them. I don't think
but I'll be truthful because I don't want to.
Man, I don't want to.
No, but I don't want to tell you that the wrong road.
You don't want them to go down.
I don't want you to put your foot out there. You paid for a video, GRM Daily, and all of them thing there. 5
and
bills.
it's not. You know what I mean?
And the video ain't it.
And you fully had me as your boy, and you're not telling me, bro. What do you really think? Honestly,
man will tell man still. Honestly.
Yeah, you have to tell them, man. You have to tell them
if it's trash.
Yeah.
And you know what else I do as well?
Trash.
Man gets a little
if
bit of a
combo. Man's got potential to get better, and it's dead.
Do you know what it is for me? I play it to other people. Like my brother and I was talking about. Man will send me the track. Man will play it to like my cousin, like someone else in it. Just someone else who don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
I'm feeling. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. See, my ear, it was hearing what you was hearing.
Yeah.
I told my man it's hard. My man will be like, man, it's not like you get me. Just
do you want to know a trick as well? It's great that
man.
you have the air you have the air to hear new songs, yeah. But I always say, play an unknown track that you know that it's hard. Yeah. Play it to a female, see how she reacts to it. I feel like the honest reaction from a female,
bro, you know what's mad?
It tells you so much.
This guy's gonna watch this, hopefully. I played it to a female. I said it was hard. He said, females don't know nothing about music. I said, big man, that's all you need in music.
What?
You're an idiot. I said, you're an idiot. He's an idiot.
Throughout time.
For me, yeah.
What's the music about?
For me,
Prince, Michael Jackson.
That's what I said, bro. I said,
Drake.
Bro. I said, if you listen to Drake.
If the gal nod,
they're rapping about women.
Bro, you know what? I said in my head, I said, the guy's just making excuses to feel
okay. Yeah.
That's what I said, to feel okay. That I'm saying bring it out, and man said that's the excuse. I said, big man, you are mad. Girls know the
don't
most
think
about
girls
music.
don't know lyrics to Digga D. What you know?
They
know it.
When I played the track, the girl said to me like, "Oh, what is this, like a new DBE thing?" I said, "Brother, this is my brethren." She said, "What, your brethren?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "What? And he don't make music?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, but tell him to stop wasting his time and get in the studio.
That's like, all the proof that you need, really and truly, because it's great that you know you have the air for it, and rightly so. I don't really need to send my music anywhere. Once it's landed to me, I know what I'm doing with this. I know how I'm gonna push this, and I'm letting the artist know, yo, it's playing at this time. Make sure you listen to it. Tell all your friends. Yeah, I mean that it's getting spinned right now. But when you hear, like, I always love it because a female's reaction is always funny. It's always funny.
Fam. I think it's always factual.
Yeah, it's always funny, but it's always factual because it's like, just that story there, that's an authentic interaction from someone that she's never heard of or someone that she's known of. Is like, what? He does music. Yeah. Why is he wasting time? Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you just need that kick up the shoulder. Yeah. If you listen to Jake's earlier work, there's a bar that she mentioned where he played a song and the girl that he played it for thought it was Ludacris. Yeah. And them times he was a bit, about Ludacris. It's like, what? No, this is me. Yeah. It's like, is it? Oh, okay, cool. But that feeling there where he thought like he was playing, do you know what I mean? Like, it was gassing. It was definitely something for him. So it's that throughout time, you just know, like, if you want to get that nod or approval, Play it to a female, she'll be like, she'll gas you. She'll gas you.
I
and then
said,
you gotta
bro,
go.
this is what I said to him. It's so funny. I
It'll
said,
get you through.
have you been to a concert? That's just gal and man follow the gal. You think you want man at your concert? You want gal.
What,
and
you don't
man will
think
follow the
DBE
gal.
have bare girls in the
Well,
audience
of
as
course
well?
that's it.
Or Dave,
That's
or
what brings
That's
them.
their
Stormzy.
audience. That's
Like,
their
what do you mean?
audience.
Like,
Yeah, it's
they
crazy
love his
still.
music as much as we do. So
Yeah,
how is it
facts.
not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
no, 100.
Nah, don't
this
mind
is
my
for
man,
all
don't
new
mind
artists
my
out there
man.
that's definitely watching this, yeah. Because I have a radio station. I have a show on Represent Radio every Tuesdays, 3 to 5 p.m. And I'm telling you, if you have a friend that's a female, play it. Or if your boy's telling you, like, listen, just listen to them because they're not gassing you up. And all the real friends,
We'll be honest.
yeah, be honest with your boy, please. It saves them so much time.
Don't
Just
leave him.